Here we are back at lawhub.lsac.org. We're going to go into drill set number 1, and we're going to look at one of the more complex types of questions that you're going to see in any LSAT administration as we jump ahead to question number 8. And this may be the most integral question type to use your highlighting tools effectively. So for number 8, we're actually not going to be asked to evaluate any type of conclusion or argument here. What we have is what is known as an inference question. So number 8 just asks, which of the following is most strongly supported by the information above? And when it comes to inferences on the LSAT logical reasoning, and really the reading comprehension for that matter, you have to just find something that 100% must be true without going too far. And then you eliminate 4 answer choices that aren't 100% certain. So with this type of question, we really want to avoid writing things out on the scratch paper. The scratch paper is there, and if we see true conditionals, we might use it. But with a dense, tight paragraph such as this one, as we start to read, we're going to know we don't really want to take notes. It's just going to slow us down. So instead, we are going to highlight the statements of fact in different colors to differentiate them visually so that we can use that as a way to keep track of the different pieces once we start going to the answer choices. So starting with the first sentence of the paragraph, we've got carbon dioxide and water vapor in Earth's atmosphere warm Earth's surface by reducing the amount of heat that radiates back into outer space after reaching Earth's surface from the sun. Okay, that's just a fact about how carbon dioxide stop the amount of heat from going back into outer space after hitting the Earth's surface. Simple enough. Now I'm going to proactively change my highlighting tool color so that I can highlight the next fact and differentiate it visually. So the next sentence states, substantially higher concentrations of carbon dioxide and water vapor in the atmosphere would enhance this effect at least slightly. So that means that if we've got higher concentrations of carbon dioxide and water vapor, then you're going to have even less heat radiating back out into outer space from the Earth's surface. You can see the pink overtook the little bit of the sun. I'm probably not going to worry about that on the exam either. We just know that those are two separate things, two separate statements. Now, the final sentence we're going to end up highlighting in orange, and it reads, such concentrations, meaning the concentrations of carbon dioxide and water vapor, would also make the sky cloudier, which would significantly reduce the overall amount of heat reaching Earth's surface from the sun. Okay, so there's basically kind of a two-directional thing happening here. But again, I just understand it holistically. I'm not drawing out any conditionals, and I've got my 3 facts separated by the different colors. Now we're going to the answer choices, looking to eliminate for terms that aren't defined, introducing new variables, or extreme quantities or qualities that we know aren't 100% certain based solely on these 3 facts that we now have in kind of a Neapolitan color scheme of yellow, pink, and orange. So we can just keep the orange highlight as we work to eliminate on the right-hand side. Now, another thing to note is you actually do have scrolling capability here because of the size of the answer choices, which is actually a way you can kind of indicate or note the difficulty proactively. And you may decide on the exam that this is something to leave for later. But I really don't want to just be scrolling up and down. It's really disorienting. It might be disorienting to you right now. So I'm just going to keep it at A through D, and then we'll only scroll once when we finally evaluate choice E. So choice A reads, substantially higher concentrations of carbon dioxide and water vapor in Earth's atmosphere would reduce the overall amount of heat that radiates back into outer space after reaching Earth's surface from the sun. Well, coming back into our paragraph, the yellow says that carbon dioxide and water vapor in Earth's atmosphere reduces the amount of heat that radiates back into the sun or back into outer space after reaching the Earth's surface from the sun. And we're told that the substantially higher concentrations would enhance this effect on both levels. So A is actually 100% definite. It really doesn't change the statements of fact in the paragraph all that much, and it's going to end up being our correct answer. But let's just pretend you're like, this is really dense and I don't even follow what's going on. At the very least, I'm going to have to leave that open because there's nothing in here that is definitely wrong. All of the terms match the three facts that we've highlighted. Now, choice B, almost immediately I see any reduction. And I go, any reduction. We're talking about substantial amounts. We're talking about more or less. We are not talking about any reduction. So goodbye to choice B as an extreme statement. Now, choice C, substantially higher concentrations of carbon dioxide and water vapor in Earth's atmosphere would cool Earth's surface at least slightly. Well, we never actually talked about the actual temperature of Earth's surface, so we can eliminate choice C. Now, and only now, am I going to scroll down so I can see D and E. Choice D reads a higher concentration of carbon dioxide in Earth's atmosphere would reduce the overall amount of heat reaching Earth's surface from the sun only if accompanied by an increase in the concentration of water vapor. Well, no, that again is a pretty extreme absolute, so we can eliminate choice D. And lastly, we've got choice E, slightly higher concentrations. We don't talk about anything in terms of slightly higher. We've got substantially higher, but that's a great qualifier to eliminate choice E for as well. And once again, choice A is 100% supported by the statements on the left that we've highlighted in three colors, and you certainly may want to consider only for inference tests highlighting in different colors to differentiate the facts that you need to parse on these harder inference tasks when you encounter them on the LSAT.